Well, a very good evening to all you UDA Trojan fans. Tonight, the Trojans open up the 1998 season by playing host to the ball club from Lebanon Catholic. And the Trojans making their entrance onto the field here for the first of what we hope will be many, many fine ball games, as the team is really set to go this year. They seem to be a loaded ball club, and if everyone stays healthy, I think we're going to give a lot of people a lot of good football. Fans are here tonight sitting on our new bleachers. I only mention that so that for posterity, we know that this is the very first night that we have the new bleachers in effect. As a matter of fact, if you look over the home side, of course, or on the away side, the visitor side, their bleachers are not completed yet, and so we have no one sitting over here, but we are trying to share some seating space over here with our Lebanon Catholic friends. The Trojans, in the meantime, now getting set to put the ball club on the field for the first time. They had two successful scrimmages, one a little bit better than the other one over at West Perry. They looked pretty sharp over there, and then didn't do too badly against these miners from Minersville. But tonight, it's a smallish club out here that they're going to face. The prediction is for the Trojans to have a pretty easy go of it, but we've seen that happen many times, and sometimes that pans out and sometimes it doesn't. So we're going to have to see what kind of intensity the ball club has for the opener here this year, and we hope to see some fine football. And we'll be back with the toss of the coin and the opening kick here in just a moment. Co-captains for UDA tonight are Eric Motter, number 61, number 56 is Dustin Mace, number 12, quarterback Jim Buffington. So that will be our co-captains tonight for this opening ball game. Toss of the coin coming up here in just a moment. We're operating off batteries tonight, so that means that we're not going to be able to continue on maybe as much as we normally would, but halftime we won't be showing anything to the refreshment stand, but the rest of the ball game should not be a problem. Also, you might notice a little bit more wobbling in the video tonight due to the fact that we're operating from the bleacher here, and as people walk in and out, it looks as though there's going to be a little bit of vibration, and so that'll show up on a picture as a little jitter. It's not your TV or your VCR or whatever. Okay, it looks like Lebanon Catholic has won the toss, and they elect to receive, so the Trojans will go on the defensive side of things here as we get set for the opening kickoff. Looks like Nicholas Huffman will be doing the kicking off tonight for UDA, as he has her teed up here now, and we're about set to go. We'll pick up some of these young fellas as we go along. Some of them are familiar to me, and some of them are perhaps not. But here's Nick's opening kick. It's going to be a squibbler-type kick. It's going to bound all the way down here, be picked up at about the 12-yard line. Number one, we have some names for these guys, too, and he's going to be tripped up here at the 30-yard line as number 22 for UDA comes up and makes the stop on him. So it'll be 1st and 10, Sean Laudenschlager making the stop right at about the 32-yard line. I want to thank the field managers here who have put the yard line markers on the field every 10 yards. And boy, that's helpful as heck, and really will make a bigger difference even as we get up into the video booth here that's going to be constructed right behind where we're standing now. So we want to thank them for that. Here's the first play from scrimmage for Lebanon Catholic now on a 1st and 10 from about their own 32-yard line. Quarterback will hand this one off, try on the left side. The ball is loose, and it's recovered by UDA. Fumbled that ball coming through there. Looks to me like, I'm not sure who picked that one off. At any rate, the Trojans immediately put the ball in play now as quarterback Buffington will go to work at the 30 or 28-yard line, make it. On Lebanon Catholic 28, 1st and 10. Tony the Tiger Motter, number 32, will line up as the running back back there. He'll be back there along with Jason Stinscomb, who will operate as the fullback. They split the backs right now on this first play. Now they'll go back into an I formation with Tony the Tiger Motter as the running back. First play from scrimmage. Pitch over there for Motter. Motter's going to try to turn the right side. Gets ahead for about 3 maybe. Down to the area of the 26-yard line.
32, Tony Motter.
Small gain on the play. Not too much on that one. Maybe 2, actually. It'll be 2nd and 8. Lebanon Catholic Beavers they are. So we're beating on the Beavers tonight. Shell in there as a tight end for UDA. 31 over here is Josh Smith. Josh just out, I think, for the first time, maybe, number 31. And wait a minute, we have a flag on the play. Someone is lined up, perhaps off sides or whatever. They're going to take this one back. It is a dead ball foul. No centering, off sides against the defense. So it was the Beavers who were offside. So that'll make it a second down and about 3. Ball will be spotted at the 22 of the Beavers of Lebanon Catholic. And this time they'll go with the same formation as they'll put Mater back into the running back position. In motion, they go. Handoff is to the first man. That's our big full back there, Jason Stinscomb. He'll drive it all the way down to about the 12-yard line. Nick Huffman, I beg your pardon. Nick Huffman with the run down to about the 12. It'll be a first down for UDA. First and 10 at about the UDA 12. Mater is the center out there for UD. You see number 77, Dundee Wrestler. Can always pick Big Dundee out of there. Okay, on a first and 10 from the 12. Fumble on this play. Mater fell on it, however, as he mishandled the snap.
Fumble on the exchange.
Buffington going back that time, trying to hand it off to Tony, and between the two of them, they managed to lose the handle on it. But Tony fell on it very alertly, and
bring up second down for the
this loss of about a yard on the play. It'll be second down and 11. On a second and 11. Passing on the flat, complete out here for number 16, and he is going to be dragged down after maybe a loss of a couple of yards as it was George Hunter out there on the receiving end of that one, but they picked it up very quickly, did the Beavers of Lebanon Catholic, and they were able to bring him down with a loss of about 2 more, so it'll be third down and 13. So all of a sudden the Trojans are kind of sputtering here as they look at a third and 13 from the Lebanon Catholic 15-yard line. See what we do with this one now on a big third and 13. Buffington hands this off to Mater. Mater up the middle with it. Skips ahead down to the 10-yard line, but is wrapped up there. After picking up about 5 yards on the play, he'll bring up a fourth down and about 8. So the Trojans need to come up with a big one here now, or they're going to turn the ball over deep in Beaver territory. So let's see who they'll give it to, or will Jim think about throwing one this time. Mater again lines up as the running back behind Nick Huffman. Looking to pass, looking over this side. There's a pass out here, but it's overthrown. Probably intended for number 31, Smith. But it goes as an incompletion, as Josh was nowhere near that pass, and so the Trojans will turn it over on downs now, and Lebanon Catholic with a good defensive effort that time. Stopped the Trojans, wouldn't allow them to penetrate any deeper than their own 10-yard line, so they will put it in play there, first and 10 for the Lebanon Catholic Beavers. 8 minutes, 9 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Quarterback over center, hands this one off and going over the right or the left side that time for a couple of yards, maybe 2, before he is gang tackled out there by any number of Trojans. Mace in there along with well, just a bunch of them that time. He picked up 2. It'll be second and 8. Sean Ladenslager in on the last stop also for UDA. It'll be second down and 8. Quarterback looks to throw. Fires one over the left side. It is complete over there, and a pass out into the flat. Good for another 4 or 5 yards as he drives it out to the 18-yard line. Tim Otto, the receiver that time for Lebanon Catholic. It'll bring up a third down and 2. Third down and 3 now. Or third down and really a long 2. QB this time hands it off. He bumps right into the center of that pack, and boy, I'll tell you, there's some Trojans there. You name them. Anybody with a white shirt on was in on that tackle. Anyhow, They stopped him at the line of scrimmage. 64 leading away in there for UD, I do believe, that time. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. That was Eckenroth trying to get something out of that. And Trojans really bunched him up quickly. They give him his forward progress. Will bring up a 4th and 1, but it'll be a punting situation here now. And we'll see what kind of punter they have. He gets a pretty good snap. No rush. And the kick comes out here spiraling very nicely. A hit around the 50-yard line. Picked up over here by Tony Motter at the 43-yard line. Tony down the right side. Spins ahead and then is thrown out of bounds at about the 47 or 48-yard line of Lebanon Catholic. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans there at the 48-yard line of Lebanon Catholic. Trojan emblem here on the field. We get a little higher next ball game here at home, and you'll be able to see a little better. Here's Motter picking it up and driving it for only a yard or so down to the 46-yard line. Not too much on that one.
Brought down in there by number 99, Phil Eckenroth.
Yep, Eckenroth is in on the stop for Lebanon Catholic. Picked up a long yard. It'll be 2nd down and a long 8 to just about 9. Trojans just getting the offense going a little bit slowly here in the opening moments of this opening ball game. Here's Buffington to throw again. Fires one over this way. It is incomplete. This time it goes in and out of the hands of Josh Smith.
Buffington's pass intended for Josh
Smith was there and the ball was there. They just didn't meet up very well. And it goes as a incompletion. Bring up 3rd and 9 now. That one there should have been caught. Jim had overthrown Josh earlier, but that one there hit him in the hands, and no one knows that should have been called better than that young Josh Smith. Hunter will flank out on the near side of the field this time on his 3rd down and 9. Same backfield setup with Tony Motter at the running back. Buffington wants to throw a screen. Screens one over on the right side. It is going to be nearly picked off. 32 of Lebanon Catholic, the closest man to that one, and just went out of his hands. He can't believe he missed that one. They'll ring up a 4th down, so the Trojan offense definitely here struggling in the early going, as they'll be forced to punt this one away, but there is a flag. And let's see, it's going to be against UD. Illegal use of the hands, or whatever they want to call it. And so this will bring the ball back, I think. Or will they call it 4th down? Now let's see what they decide to do. I'm not sure. They'd have to give the Trojans another play at 3rd, and the Trojan squad is changing. The offense has gone back in there, I believe. Yeah. 3rd down and 9. No. It's, let's see, the ball's going to come all the way back here to near the 40-yard line, as you can see it, of UDA, where it'll be 3rd down and a ton, so the Trojans will definitely be punting, and back to punt goes Nick Huffman.
To punt the ball for the Trojans.
Oh, we'll see if UD can get a good punt off here now, and time called here as Coach Ayers has a question on something down here, but okay, now I think we're getting set to go at any rate. Dave Shell entering the ball game, number 10 there for UD on this punting situation. 24 in there is that Bam Bam Bats. Kenny the Bammer, Bats, number 24, looking to get some coverage on this punt as soon as we have this timeout over. Timeout called by someone, I'm not sure whom. Stinscombe getting ready to kick now following the timeout. I'm not sure if it was an official timeout or what, but at any rate, there was a timeout called, so. Good snap. And the kick is high, but not deep. Gonna get picked up out here at the 40-yard line of Lebanon Catholic, and that's where the Beavers will put it in play. 1st and 10 for the Beavers. Well, the Trojan defense will have to dig in again here. We're now with 12 left here in the first period. No score. Okay, here we go on a 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. And diving through there for 1 yard to the 41-yard line before he is tripped up nicely in there by number 61 of UD. Eric Motter making the good tackle on that last play. Picked up a yard, 2nd and 9. Okay, here we go on a 2nd down and 9. QB wants to throw it, throws it over the left side. It bounces up in the air off the hands of his intended receiver, number 1. That's one of those Eckenroads, I think.
For number 1, Tim Otto.
Oh, Tim Otto, rather. They'll bring up a 3rd down and 9. UD reportedly having a powerhouse this year, and maybe they're playing like they don't want to show Williams Valley fans who may be here anything. No, just kidding. I'm sure we're just having some first game jitters here and trying to get it going. We'll open it up here as soon as we get the ball next time up. Quarterback wants to throw it again. Cutting over the middle, it goes the receiver, and the ball is tapped down in there as Hunter got a hand on that one. I think he just got that left hand out there, or right hand, and tapped it down there. Number 16 here, Hunter coming off. Well, a good job by George, and by George, it is a 4th down coming up. And again, a punting situation this time. They'll be punting to the south here. Jimmy Savage and Anthony Motter will go back here. Tony the Tiger and Jimbo Savage. Here's the kick. It's going to come over here towards Savage. And he'll drop it, but it'll be fallen on immediately out there by Tony Motter. So Jim had it for a second, and it slithered right through his hands, and Tony Motter right there to fall on it. At the 32-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 UDA from their own 32 now. And this is the series that we get it going here, I'm pretty sure. We'll see. All right, let's see what happens here now as the Trojans start off at their own 32-yard line. Again, Motter and Huffman in the backfield. Pitches back here for Huffman. For Motter, rather. He's going to try this side over here, and he's got some running room this time as he gets driven out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. Tony the Tiger roaring down the left side over here with a good gain on the play, probably a 20-yard gain. And it'll be 1st and 10 UD. He spotted at the 47-yard line, actually. So nice gain that time by the Tony the T. 1st and 10. 1st and 10 now for UDA as Buffington gets some setup here. Hunter will be the wideout on the far side of the field this time as Jim goes back to pass. He's looking. Over the middle, he fires one. Man is out here. It is complete to Shell, and Shell has got it down to the 10-yard line.
Buffington pass is complete.
Dave Shell with a nice catch out there, and a beautiful pass from Jim Huffman to Dave Shell, and Shell right on stride that time. Picked that pass off very, very nicely and went down to the, actually, 14-yard line. We'll make it. Thought Dave had a little more than that, but they took him down to the 14. Great pass and a great reception, and a big opportunity here for UDA now. 1st and 10, 14 yards from the first touchdown of the season. This time it'll be a handoff and up the middle with it, and a good fake, had me faked. Anyway, goes the fullback, Nick Huffman, and Nick takes it all the way down to the 8-yard line, or 9-yard line, I guess it is. Picked up about 5 or so on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5. You notice Terry Bowser and I hardly ever agree on the line distance, but I know it wasn't 7 that time, Terry. It was more like 5. Anyway, on a 2nd and 5, handoff is to Motter. Tony Motter in for a touchdown. Tony goes in from about 9 yards out, and we've got a 6-0 lead, as I predicted we would after this. We got that ball back. Didn't I say that? I did. Okay. Good job, fellas. Nice blocking that time as Anthony, the Tiger, Tony Motter, able to go through there practically untouched. And so it's a 6-0 ball game, and UDA will put their extra point play in here now. I'm not sure. Let's see. It's going to be Jim Buffington. Looks like he's going to kick it out of the hold of Faust. And let's see what happens. Good snap. Placement's down. Kick is up. Kick is good. All right. Jimbo Buffington with the extra point, and we've got a 7-0 ball game. We will be kicking to Lebanon Catholic here in just a moment. Good job, squad. 3 minutes, 2 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1. UDA 7, the visiting Beavers from Lebanon Catholic, nothing. Once again, Nick Huffman has her teed up here as the Trojans get set to kick off for the second time here in quarter 1. This kick's a little bit better. Going to be taken out here at about the 18-yard line. to the 25 he goes, now up to the 30. Number 1 still hasn't. He's going to be dragged down as he is ringnecked to the ground that time by none other than number 1 out here, who makes the stop on him with a little bit of help. Nathan Cucker and Sean Lodgelegger making the stop. Nathan Cucker in there grabbed him around the shoulders and kind of roped him down in a cowboy fashion, and I can imagine that would be appropriate for Mr. Cucker. Anyway, ball comes out to the 37 or 8 yard line, 37 and a half, whatever. 1st and 10 for the Beavers. Oh, motion. Hold it. This is going to take 5 yards backwards for the Beavers, I'm sure. One of the linemen pulled up a little bit just at about the time the ball was going to be snapped, but a little bit too quickly, and this will make it a 1st and 15. All right, they're going to try this again now on a 1st and 15 this time for Lebanon Catholic. Quarterback looking to pass for a draw. No, that's not going to work, as rushing in there to hammer him is Big Dundee Wrestler. Yep, so Dundee wrestles him down back there. And Dundee has not lost any speed or weight since last year. No, just kidding. Dundee's looking fine now. And he's got himself a big sack that time. 2nd and 22 now as Lebanon Catholic boys start to maybe sag just a little bit here. QB, hold everything. We got a flag on the play. Somebody is lined up wrong again, and this head linesman over here has called 2 penalties. And this one here is going to go against the Lebanon Catholic boys again. Another 5-yard penalty for lining up offside on the offense this time. So last time they lined up offside when they were on defense. This time they line up offside when they're on offense. So not sure what that tells us, but nevertheless, they are marching backward now. It's going to be 2nd down at about 25 as they have messed up a couple of times here, so they're going to try to get it together now. Sending some kids in and out here now, and it's like probably a pretty young ball club here for Lebanon Catholic. I'm not sure. At any rate, they're going to try it again. 2nd and 25, they say. Hold everything. We've got another problem out here. This time they have a delay of the game called against Lebanon Catholic now as they were shuffling players in and out of there, and it just took a little bit too much time. Now they're looking at a 2nd down and 30, and if they don't soon get it together here, they're going to be playing in the dark back there because the lights only go out so far. Okay, here we go at a 2nd and 30. Bauer chasing that motor runner in motion. Over in a flanker it goes, and it is incomplete. Intended for number 30. But goes with an incompletion. Bring up a 3rd down and 30. Coyle, the intended receiver. Good coverage out there by several UDA Trojans that time. There were 3 or 4 of them out there with him. You saw number 26, Matt Bauer, going in motion with the man who went in motion for the Beavers. I think this team knows that they can be a team of destiny this year if they really start to pull it together. And a good game tonight will certainly add to their enthusiasm, so keep it up. Here's that big 3rd and a ton. Then hold it. We have another penalty. They might have too many guys in motion on this side of the field. They had a flanker out here. I think he may have gone in motion as the man who was in motion coming over this way went in motion. So motion against the offense takes them back now to the 10-yard line, and will bring up a 3rd down and 35-yard line, or third down and 35 yards for a 1st down. I'll tell you. Hey, Ray, one more penalty they're going to have to pay to get back in here. They're going to be playing from inside the soccer goal back there. All right, well, let's see if they can do something with this one now. Uh-oh, now they have a fumble on the play, and I'm not sure who has it. Nope, it looks like recovered by, recovered by the Lebanon Catholic boys, but this will bring up 4th down and a little over an acre and a half. So UD should get the ball back in very, very good field position. And it will bring up a 4th down now, and he'll be punting from in the end zone, actually. He'll be standing about 3 yards deep. to receive this punt will come out to about the goal line to get it off. And UD with a couple of guys back here to receive the punt. Not much of a punt. Comes out here and bounds around at about the, well, now it's going to get a Lebanon Catholic roll and be downed out here at the 47 or 8 yard line, where UD will put it in play. On the Lebanon Catholic 48. First and 10, UDA. First and 10, we've got 46 seconds left here in quarter number 1. Motion coming over here is Szymanski. Back to hand it off here for Motter. Motter switches field, switches the hands of the football, and goes all the way down here to the 25-yard line. Tony the Tiger running very, very well tonight, as Faust finally runs him out of bounds. But it's another big first down for UDA. 37 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. And timeout's going to be called by Lebanon Catholic. They call timeout on the field. First and 10 UDA at the 27-yard line of the Beavers when we come back. Trojans are really ready to go. They broke the huddle anticipating the end of the timeout before the Beavers ever got ready to break the huddle for this play. Now it's first and 10. Tony Motter will set himself back as the running back. Pass, looking, throwing, man out here. It is, just overthrown. Is number 16, Hunter. Oh, George just couldn't quite reach out and grab that one. He was there.
Second down.
Nice play and just about a completion. Second down and 10. George did everything he could, really stretched out there to grab that, but just couldn't quite bring that one in. Well, we go to a second down and 10 play now, with 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 30 ticks on the clock. Motion coming over here is Szymanski. Pitches over there for Motter. Motter has a flag thrown in the backfield, and Tony is thrown down at about the 24-yard line, but this one's going to come back probably with a hold. Yep, holding against UDA will be the call. It'll nullify that run, and back the Trojans up 10. Okay, here we go now as they back the ball up here and make it a second down and 15. Not quite 15, second down, however, and hold everything as time has expired here in the first quarter. So at the end of one here on a very, very beautiful, beautiful early September evening, we have a Trojan lead of 7-0 over the Lebanon Catholic Beavers, and we'll be right back. A decent crowd here, considering it's sort of lopsided. We're all on this side of the field. Hi, Stan.
How you doing?
Good.
Other scores this evening? In the first
Second down and about 23 coming up here for UD. Ball spotted now at the just inside the 40-yard line, just outside the 40-yard line, rather, of Lebanon Catholic. Good fake pass on the flat over there for Tony Motter. Tony Motter running down the left side, cuts it back inside. Tony with a good move, cutting it back over here, picking up some blocking all the way. Tony Motter is going to go all the way. What a fine run. Let's see, no flags on the field. Boy, what a wonderful, wonderful run that was by that Tony the Tiger Motter. Way to go, Tony. All right.
cover 40 yards.
I'm sure we'll want to look at that one again.
The Trojans go up 13-0.
And it is 13-0 now. Good blocking in there for Tony Motter, and Tony picking his way upfield, and you could see him do the reverse and the whole 9 yards, and just great play. Once again, Faust will be the holder here, and again, it'll be Jim Buffington back to kick the extra point. Good snap, kick is down, it is up, it is good. So, with 11 minutes, 43 seconds remaining here in the first half, the Trojans take a 14-0 lead, and they'll be kicking off to those Lebanon Catholic Beavers here in just a moment. Good job, UD. Well, here comes that UD kickoff, and it's going to be Nice going over on the left side, taking over there on the run at the 23-yard line. Number 2 has got it, cuts it up the middle, and he is going to be tackled as he struggles ahead to about the 36-yard line. Some good tackling in there made by number 28 that time, I think, of the Trojans. That Bobby Keeney. Bobby Keeney with the tackle that time. It'll be on the 36-yard line of Lebanon Catholic as they all started out now. Trailing by 14 nothing. They go to that same I formation that UDA uses. And the handoff this time is to the fullback, and he'll plow ahead out to the 35-yard, or to the 40-yard line rather, before he is stopped out there. Number 3, that's that Savage coming up with a stop out there. Making a good stop. Getting off the pile last was that Jim Savage. Good to see Jim out there. The other night in that scrimmage, he had come up with a game ankle. And good to see Jim apparently okay out there. Gain of 5 on a play, just about. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Pitch back here for number 30. He's going to try the left side over here. And he's still on his feet and gets driven down in Trojan territory now at about the 47-yard line of Upper Dauphin. So a nice run that time by that young Beaver. And Bauer coming up to make the stop, and Motter also in on the tackle for UD. But it's a good run, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Lebanon Catholic. Okay, on a 1st and 10, 30 goes in motion over on the right side. QB drops back to pass. He wants to hit 30, but the ball is underthrown, and a flag is thrown, however, over there. Defending on the play is Szymanski, but somehow or another we have a flag. I didn't see anyone else out there, but one of these guys threw the flag, and we'll find out who the heck it was against. Pass was uncatchable, so I'm not sure how they were going to rule this. But I'm sure the man in the white cap here will be glad to tell us. Illegal man downfield is the call against the Lebanon Catholic boys, so that's going to cost them 10 or 15. 15, I think. That's a big one. No, 10-yard penalty to the 43. It'll be 1st down. Wait a minute. Now they're going to make it a 5-yard penalty. 5-yard penalty. Okay, Lebanon Catholic just gained 5. The ref picked it up and brought it back 5, so it'll be 2nd down, or 1st down and 15. Playing almost right out in front of us now, they are. Trojans looking for a sack this time. Yep, and 30's got it. Well, it might as well have been, as he drove him back for about a loss of 2 on the play. Coyle was met in there by Eric Motter, and Eric drove him back there like a truck. Way to go, Eric. Good job. 61 Trojans with some good experienced linemen this year. I mean, it's going to be one tough ball club, I believe. They stick together in there. Loss of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 17. QB wants to throw. He is hit as he throws, but number 1 with a good catch, cutting it over the middle. Look out. One man back there, and he's got him. Fine tackle out there by Jeremiah Szymanski to save that one. As Otto was getting ready to dance around him and go over on the right side over there, but Szymanski with a good low one-legged tackle on him. Brought him down, and another 1st down, however, for Lebanon Catholic, as they're starting to get the offense cranked up here now. The ball is at the UDA 37-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Beavers. 1st and 10 for the Beavers. Uh-oh, ball is loose, and the quarterback will fall on it himself. Not much gain or loss on the play. Maybe might have lost a yard, hard to say. It'll be 2nd down at any rate, and looks like 2nd and 10 coming up. All right, see what we can do on a 2nd down in about 10. Throwing this side, pass up in the air, incomplete, number 2, the intended receiver, and we have Faust out there defending on that play. Ryan making a good hit on him and knocked that thing loose. 3rd down and 10 coming up. Looks like our defensive coordinator out there tonight right now is that Jim Savage, number 3. Calling the defensive plays for our squad. Third down, about 10.
Yeah, they're meeting us there. They were coming up and they surprised us.
Bring a little closer on this time, see what happens. Nope, he's passing again. Firing one over here, complete to number 34. He tries this side over here, and it takes 3 Trojans to bring him down. As Hunter and Motter and Faust converge on the young fella. Bring him down, and let's see. Close to the first down, actually. Maybe a yard short. Yeah, about a yard short. It'll be fourth down and about a yard and a foot. 7:55 left here in the first half. Trojans up 14-0. Beavers with a big play here. They'll pitch it back to number 30. Look out, good pursuit in there, and he is dragged down as number 61. Eric Motter coming in there. Boy, Eric Motter was in there quickly, and boy, did he do a job on him that time. Way to go, Eric Motter. Trojans take over now on downs at the 39-yard line of the Trojans. In our ball game here now, Trojans with the ball, 1st and 10. Jim Buffington, the quarterback. Jim will hand this one off. Taking off over the left side is Tony Motter, and Tony Motter driving it ahead all the way down to the 43-yard line. Motter driving, never letting up, and drove it all the way down to the 42. Fine run that time by that Tony the Tiger Motter. Boy, do I remember Tony playing midget football up in Likens. Yep. Right, give him the name Tony the Tiger, and boy, he's been a Tiger here tonight. He'll line up in the backfield as they'll split it up to line it up and then shift back into that I formation. Running behind that big Huffman, and wait a minute, hold everything. We've got a penalty on the play. Trojans were lined up off sides on the last play, and so that makes it a 1st and 15 now. Ball spotted back at the 47-yard line. The handoff and trying the other side over there goes that Nick Huffman, and Nicholas is able to take it to the 45-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
A couple to the 45.
Yep. Okay, here we go. On a 2nd and 12 from the 45-yard line of the Beavers. Pitches back over there. It's a little bit of a reverse. This is Szymanski with it. He's going to start it up the side over there, but he's not going to get very far. The ball came loose and out of bounds it goes. And let's see, last person in possession, I think, was UD. You can call it yourself. The referee says it's our ball. But Jeremiah that time got that ball, and it got kicked out of there as he tried to turn it up the left side. And so it will be a loss of, actually a gain of a yard on the play as he dribbled it out of bounds for a yard gain. Chris Smith coming into the ball game for the
3rd and 10.
Trojans. Or not Chris. Wait a minute, that's Josh. I beg your pardon, Josh Smith, number 31. 3rd down and about 10. What are they going to do with this? We'll stay back. I think Jim wants to throw this time. He's looking. He's firing. He's got a man out here. It is caught by Smith down at the 12-yard line. Good job, Josh Smith picking that one off there. Josh is a tall boy, about 6'3", something like that. Heck of a basketball player. And Josh made a fine catch on that Jim Buffington's fine pass. Down at the 11-yard line, I guess they'll call it. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 11. You could just tell Buffington was ready to fire one down that time, and he and Josh were conversing a little bit before the play. Josh said, "You get it to me, I'll catch it." Now we got this guy over here who calls nothing but offsides. That's his job. By gosh, he said, "I'm getting paid for that, and I'm going to call it." That's his 4th offsides call. Again, this will be against UD. So they're evened up now. Twice against the Beavers, twice against UDA for the offsides call. And the Trojans will back it up 5 and make it a 1st and 15 from the 16-yard line. 1st and 15 from the 16 for UDA. In motion goes Szymanski. Handoff is to Tiger Motter, and Tony bangs out to the 15-yard line. Not much more than that. There's a flag, however, on the play holding against UDA. So the Trojans picking up some kind of dopey penalties here, as this one's going to bring them back another couple of yards. And holding is the call. Trojans get themselves backed up to about the 27-yard line now, as they're kind of going in a negative direction here, but we'll take care of that with this play, I believe. Smith lines up in the slot on this side. Tony Motter again at the running back position. Jim Buffington wants to throw. He's looking. He's firing. He's got a man out here. It is going to be intercepted, I believe. Yep, intercepted in the end zone that time. Pass intended for Dave Shell. But that time it was intercepted as it was floated right down there. But Shell really covered that time on that play. Dave had no chance to grab that one, as the Beavers picked that off pretty nicely. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line now for the Lebanon Catholic boys, with 4:46 left here in the first half. Trojans on that 14-0, or holding on to that 14-0 lead. 4:46 remaining as Lebanon Catholic gets ready to put it in play. 1st and 10 from the 20. Handoff, and getting maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and not much more, is number 30 out there. Tackled nicely by number 6, I believe. Huffman might have made the stop that time for UD. I wasn't sure. 2nd and 10, no gain. Going to try it again on a 2nd and 10 from the 20. This time the handoff is number 30. He speeds ahead for a couple of yards out to the 25. A gain of 5 on the play. Hunter and Mace, I believe, in there making the stop on him. Hoyle was the runner that time and made a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 5. 3 minutes 50, well, actually 3:45 and 44 and so forth now remaining here in the first half. QB throwing it over this way. Number 1 had it bounce off his fingertips, as you could clearly see that time. Guarded out there by number 22 of the Trojans. That's at Laudenschlager. But it'll bring up a 4th down play now, as he was unable to hang on to that pass. And UD will get the football again in pretty good field position, it would appear, as they send back Savage and Motter to take this punt. So kind of a snap he gets off. Sometimes they're really exciting. Both teams are looking like good snappers. There's another nice snap. And this time this one's going to be high. Fair catch signal for and made out here by Tony Motter at the 42-yard line. Make it the 41-yard line of UDA, where the Trojans will put it in play now with 3 minutes and 28 seconds left here in the first half. First down, UDA from their own 41. Here comes Huffman, driving it out for about 4 yards to the 45-yard line. Nick took that quick handoff that time and picked up 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. On a 2nd down 6 play now coming up for UDA. Ball at the Upper Dauphin 45-yard line. 2:52 left here in the first half. Up the middle with it goes Huffman again, I believe it was. Yep. Nick again drags it ahead for a couple of more tough yards. Picking up about 3 or 4 more on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Ball at the 49-yard line of UDA. Third and just about 2. More than 1, but less than 2, actually. 2 minutes, 25 seconds remaining here in the first half. Clock is continuing to move down here now, as the Trojans would probably like to get on the board here again before this half ends if we can. Handoff over to Motter, and somebody keyed on Tony that time, and number 99 with a fine defensive play out there for the Beavers, as Tony was trapped in the backfield. Loss of a couple, and 99 was just keyed on him, and they came right in there and got Tony that time, and the Tiger was unable to do anything with that one, as he was in on top of him immediately. So the Trojans will be forced to punt the ball away now. Give the Beavers another chance here with a minute 46 left here in the first half. Oh, high snap. He handles it nicely, though, and then gets a nice, decent kickoff. That's going to be taken down here at the 23-yard line, where it'll be fair caught and put in play there. 1:35 remaining here in the first half. Well, I'll tell you, Nick Huffman that time doing a heck of a job to catch that high centering snap and then still get a decent punt off. So good job, Nick. And we'll see what the Beavers can do with 1:35 left here in half number one. First and 10. 30 will come in motion over this way. QB hands it off and, whoa, wait a minute. Running into number 26 and Dundee wrestler. And Matt Bauer combining over there to make the stop on that one. Not much on that play, maybe a yard. Yeah, about a yard. Second down and 9. Ball now spotted at the 24-yard line of Lebanon Catholic. 14-0 is the score here. To be inside of a minute to play in just a second, right now. Less than 1 minute to play here in the first half. QB wants to throw it. Fires it over there in the flat. It is incomplete. In and out of the hands of number 1. Otto, and Otto was unable to catch that one. Stopping the clock with 52 seconds remaining here in the first half. Line Mountain is beating Lewisburg 24-20, and the only reason I mentioned that on the video is because Line Mountain had trailed 12-0 early in that ball game. Now they have doubled up those Lewisburg. I think they're the Lizards or something like that. No, they're the Green Dragons up there, Lewisburg or whatever. But anyway, here we go. Pass. No. He's going to have to tuck it away and run it, and he scrambles ahead for a couple of yards, actually. Short of the first down by about 4. But that'll bring up a ball will be turned over, actually, to UD, as that was a fourth down play. 32 seconds, or 30, no, this is a fourth down play, I beg your pardon. 28 seconds left, timeout called by UDA. Trojans would like a little bit of time to get maybe a run back set up here or whatever. 26 seconds remaining here in the half, and UD will get the ball back here in just a moment. Trojans getting ready now following the timeout to send back either Tony Motter or Jimmy Savage to run this punt back. It was fair caught on the last one. Nice snap this time. Not much of a rush, and a nice high spiraling punt. Fair catch signaled for and made out here as Jim Savage makes the catch at the 40-yard line of UDA, and Jimmy number 3 here handled that one very well. And we've got time for maybe a play or two, especially if Buffington goes to the air. Of course, it only takes one when Jim has that strong arm, and maybe you'll just send somebody deep and see what happens. He's got Shell out there as one of the receivers, and Dave will line it up as a tight end on the far side of the field. Flankers on the near side for UDA will stay back. They're going to pass. Here's Buffington looking, dumping one down this way. It is going to be complete on a great catch out here by Szymanski, and Szymanski will go for 6. Way to go, Jeremiah Szymanski, the first play. Beautiful, beautiful, and Jeremiah in stride, taking that one in as he had his man beaten by plenty. We've got 8 ticks remaining here in the first half, and Szymanski makes it a 20-0 ball game. What a fine pass and a great catch by that Jeremiah Szymanski. UD looking good. Extra point try coming up. Referee will signal the ball in play. Trojans had tried kicking it the last 2 times, been successful. Brian Faust holding, Jim Buffington kicking. Jim steps back, paces it off, looking for the extra point try. Let's see a good snap. Excellent snap, placement's down. Kick is good, I think. Yes, good. So he goes 3 for 3 and makes the score 21-0 with 8 seconds remaining in the first half. All right. Okay, Trojans get her lined up here now. 8 seconds remaining here in the half. Here's the kick. Down the middle it goes this time. Taken out here at the 17 or 18-yard line. Number 1, that's that Otto. And Otto brings it all the way out to the 39-yard line.
Tim Otto on the return for
nice return that time by Tim.
Brought down at the 40.
I think number 22, Ladenschlicker may have brought him down that time.
In the first half, Lebanon Catholic first and 10.
Got 2 ticks remaining on the clock now as the Trojans will go into the locker room with probably a 21-0 lead, which was kind of what was predicted tonight, but you never know. And let's see what Lebanon Catholic elects to do in this one play they have remaining here in the half. They're going to run it. Up the middle he goes with it as time expires. Big number 99, I think it is, out there, driving it ahead for several yards. But he is stopped in there as Bauer grabs a hold of him, Hunter, Motter, and Campbell. All in there on the stop that time. So we've got one half of the first ball game under our belt, and it is 21-0 UD. We'll be back with the second half in just a moment.
And also they have raffle tickets.
Well, we're back. The teams are back, and so are we with the second half action here tonight. The Trojans leading 21-0 at halftime, and it looks like it'll be the Beavers from Lebanon Catholic will be kicking off to UDA to begin the second half of play. So Trojans will send back deep Tony Motter along with Jim Savage. Jim's over on the right-hand side. Tony the Tiger nearer to us. They'll be the deep sets for this kickoff return.
Savage and Motter are back deep for the Trojans.
So we'll see what happens here now. The Trojans had it mostly their way, except for a few penalties that kind of marred things from time to time. But Lebanon Catholic had their share of penalties too. In the opening ball game, you could look for that sort, I guess. But we came off certainly dominating the first half. So second half coming up right now. There it goes. Nice kick. Going to be taken over there by Jim Motter on the bounce. Or Jim Savage, rather, on the bounce. And he's going to be tackled back there as he's tripped up after a return of about 6 or 7 yards. Jim will bring it out to the 24-yard line, and there's a flag on the play.
Down there by number 8.
Holding will be called on that play. So one of the Trojans out there nabbing and grabbing somebody and got caught. So that'll back them up a little bit further and make it 1st and 10 from back around the 13 or 14-yard line, something like that, I believe is where they'll put it. We'll see. This man here has it. And he's going to take it all the way back to the 12-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans there. So we'll see if Mr. B and his Bombers out here try to throw one quickly and get out of trouble, or how are they going to play this one? We'll see. Motter lined up again as running back behind his fullback back there. Is that Nick Huffman? Buffington pitches it back to Tony Motter. Tony's going to try it up this side. Boy, does he have some running room. Look out. Can Tony go 89 yards? I don't know. He's a speedster. Got a couple of guys back here to beat Deeks one man. He's going to be dragged out of bounds at the 42-yard line. What another fantastic run by that Tony the Tiger. And you could see that one coming very nicely. Again, the jittering on the camera is because people are stumping their feet over here in jubilation of Tony's run. Darn nice run by that Tony the Tiger Motter, who has got a bunch of yards here tonight. Dundee Wrestler will lumber off the field here. And it'll be UDA 1st and 10, ball at the 41-yard line of the Beavers. Going to set it up a little bit differently this time, as they'll split the backs and hold everything. This guy over here, who calls nothing but offsides, has yet detected another offsides. Dead ball foul. White offsides. Yep, that's what he gets paid for. He's earning his money tonight. Anyway, that'll back him up 5, make it 1st and 15. 1st and 15 from almost directly in front of us here now. Trojans again with that split backfield this time. Handoff, and going nowhere this time is going to be Nick Huffman, as Nick was caught in the backfield. That handoff didn't look right somehow or another. That play, I'd throw that one out of the book. Nick was stood up almost immediately, lost a yard maybe on the play, or, well, yeah, maybe a yard and a half, something like that. It'll be 2nd down and 16.
2nd down and 16.
And that play there went nowhere. Again with that split backfield now. And now they'll go back to the I formation backfield for UD. Buffington wants to throw. He's looking. He's throwing. He got a man out there, but it's underthrown. Savansky, the intended receiver. But that time, Jeremiah nowhere near that one. So it'll be a third down and about 16 or so.
Bring up a third down and 16 for UDA. Ball is on
a third and 16 play now. From just about the 48-yard line of Lebanon Catholic. Pitches over here for Motter. Motter still in the backfield. Motter trying to get loose, but no way this time, as they'll really rack him up. 4 black shirts out there all over our Tony the Tiger that time. Loss on the play back to the 46-yard line. A flag out here. Clipping against UD. So they may elect to take the penalty. We'll have to wait and see. It was a good loss on the play, so they may decline this one. Yep, they're going to decline it. And it'll be fourth down now and about 22 or so. So the Trojan squad will change in here now as we go to a punt situation. And Nick Huffman will be going back to do the punting once again. Nick's been pretty successful tonight. He's got off a couple nice ones. Last time he punted, it was a very high snap, and Nick able to handle it and get it off nicely. Another snap a little high, but, well, he got this one off pretty nicely. Blocked. Actually, he didn't get it off. I thought he did, but it was blocked, and it still gets a UD roll, and he got more out of that than he probably should have gotten. Has a good rush put on that time, and Nick was blocked. His kick was blocked and goes to the 42-yard line of Lebanon Catholic, and that's it. So Beavers with a good field position now to handle the ball for the first time here in the second half. 10:19 remaining here in the third period. And they'll go to work on offense for the first time here at half number 2. See if these Trojans can get in there and get after them now. Handoff is to that speedster, number 30-something, and he drives ahead for several good yards. Quick kid here, this number 30. Times he's handled the ball, he's been very quick. Picked up 6, it'll be second down 4. On a second down and 4 situation now. 30 again with it. This time he's going to be tackled on a fine tackle out there made by number 16, I think it was. Looked like it was George Hunter making a good stop that time. Campbell coming out of the ball game.
Gain of a yard that time on the play.
Third down and a long 3.
49-yard line.
Ball spotted at the Beaver 49. The big 99 fullback out there in the backfield sets up for the Beavers. He's going to get the ball, and he's going to get the first down as he drags it to the 47-yard line of UDA. Pretty much gang tackled in there by a bunch of white shirts, but it's enough for the first down. And it'll be first and 10. Beavers at the 47 of UDA. 8:50 remaining here in the third period. First and 10. Now make that first and 15. 60 a little bit over anxious. He'll draw the flag and the penalty and make it a first and 15 for Lebanon Catholic. To the 49-yard line now of Lebanon Catholic goes the football, bringing up a first and 15. But this time it's 30 again, and he's down to the 45-yard line of Upper Dauphin, gain of about 6 on the play. Make it a third down and 9.
Coyle again, the ball carrier.
Or maybe 8, but third and 8, call it this time. Mace checking out of the ball game. He's going to have a big year this year if the Trojans are to be successful, and he will. He's a good one. Second down and 8. I may have said third. Second down and 8. Forgot about the penalty. Second and 8. Quarterback wants to throw. Fires one over this way, and he is hit right at the time he gets the ball off, and that's his number 28 in there, and that's that Keeney, I believe, getting in there quickly and putting the hit on the quarterback, and unable to do much with that one was that QB. Probably Keeney doing a good job on that last play, really rushing that QB. Here's that third and 8 play I was calling a play ago. Yep. He's going to drop back, looking to pass. Maybe. Getting a rush. They're going to get him now. Look out. Oh, he's still on his feet. Good balance that time, and now he's going to be cut down. But, oh, my, they converged on him, and a couple of guys just missed him all over the place out there, but finally they got him.
At the 49-yard line.
At the 49-yard line of the Trojans. He lost a few in that play, and it'll be 4th down and 12.
Fourth down.
Who's 60 for us, Ray? Who's 60 for us?
There's a low snap. Handled pretty nicely. Kick just about blocked. Eric Grafe was a guy in there, number 60 on that last play. And this time it'll be downed at the 25-yard line. And
Reganoya's punt will be down.
UD will put it in play right there.
25-yard line.
1st and 10.
Will start from there.
Trojans break the huddle now, looking for that 1st and 10 play from their own 25-yard line. Jimbo Buffington at the quarterback spot. Jim hands this one off, and coming up this side over here with it is that number 3, and that's Jim Savage. Jimmy didn't get much out of that. In fact, he lost a yard. It'll be 2nd down, and Jim's going to come out of the ball game now. Looks like he might be favoring that leg a little bit on Jim there. Just not quite, maybe 100%. But anyway, no gain on that one. It'll be 2nd down and about 11, actually. Ball is at the UD 24-yard line. Pass in the flat. Screen over there to that number 16, Hunter. And George Hunter carries it ahead for a couple of yards.
Pass is complete to number 16, George Hunter.
Not too much on that one, maybe 3. Bring up a 3rd down and 8.
Gain up a couple, bring up
3rd and 8 for UDA now. Trojans just trying to grind one out here or whatever. Here's QB firing one downfield. Man is out here. It is going to be overthrown. Intended for Hunter. But that pass was overthrown. Hunter guarded pretty well out here.
16, George Hunter.
And was not able to get it going to get after that one. So it'll bring up a 4th down, and the Trojans will punt the ball away.
Punting situation here for the Trojans.
We've seen Nick Huffman punt tonight several times, and Nick's going to be called upon to do it again. He'll be punting from about his own 20-yard line. High snap, but this one he gets off nicely. Spirals on out here. It's going to stop and get a good UD roll and roll all the way down here to the 24-yard line, where the Beavers will put it in play, 1st and 10. 5 minutes, 14 seconds remaining here in the 3rd. We have had no score here in the 2nd half. Trojans still leading 21-zip.
Left here in the 3rd.
Beavers with their 2nd attempt of the half on the offense. They'll set them up at the 24-yard line. 30 has it. He'll drag it ahead for 2 to the 26-yard line. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Wrestler getting off the bottom of the pile.
The ball carrier brought down by Wrestler.
Coyle ran into Dundee Wrestler and was stopped after 2 or 3.
2nd down.
2, actually.
From the 20.
All right. Let's see if the defense can hold them back here now. 2nd down and about 8. Pitch over here for that 30. He's going to try this side here, and he's got some running room, and now skipped away from one tackler, but it was finally wound up down here as Hunter caught up with him at about the 32 or 3-yard line, something like that. It'll be short of the 1st down and bring up a 3rd down and about 3.
32-yard line.
Okay, the Beavers put it in play. 3rd down and 3 from their own 32. Handoff is to that fullback, I believe it was. Went to him for some short yardage, and Heckenroth drives it ahead for enough for the 1st down. So Heckenroth got himself 3. He's at 90 or 99 out there. He's a stocky boy. And he drove it out to the 35, giving his Beavers a 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line. 3:40 left here in the 3rd period. On a 1st and 10 now. This is 30 again, trying to pick his way ahead, dives up over the pile for a yard or two, out to the 37-yard line. Brought down in there by any number of Trojans again. It'll be gain of 2, 2nd and 8. 2nd down, 8 for Lebanon Catholic. Pitches over here to 30. He'll try to sweep this end again, and now he's got some running room this time. Tries to cut it back across the field, but runs into a couple of Trojans out there. Savage that time, along with number 70 for UDA. 70 in on that stop also on the last play for UDA. Here comes that big fullback again, and he drags it down to the 49-yard line of Lebanon Catholic. Yet another first down for the Beavers. So the Beavers have not played that badly here in the second half, especially as they're starting to move the ball now again. We'll see if the Trojans can dig in now. We've got a minute and 45 seconds left here in the third period. Trojans want to keep these Beavers off the scoreboard if they can. The Beavers would like to avoid the shutout. Trailing 21-zip. Here's a ball loose in here, and let's see who's got it. A big pile ensues. And who the heck has it on the bottom? Looks like UD's number 20. No! Matt. Look at Matt. Oh, Matt Bauer thinks he came up with that football. He said, doggone it, or words to that effect. Yeah, Matt thought for sure he had that one, but they gave it back to the Beavers. And he gained a yard on, gained a yard on the fumble. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Official timeout here for a equipment problem, but I think he's okay now. 2nd down, 9 from the UDA 49-yard line. Thirty has it again. He'll drive ahead for a yard or so, no more than that. Brendel in there, along with several other Trojans. Mace, 70, Bueller, making a stop. On a 3rd down and 7 play now. From the 48-yard line of Upper Dauphin. As time expires, the play will continue, and it's a pass out there, incomplete. Samansky guarding on number 1, Otto, out there, and Otto just had that one bounce off his chest. And that's going to do it as the buzzer sounds to end the third quarter. So Trojans hanging on to a fine ball game here now tonight against these Lebanon Catholic Beavers. It is 21-0. Upper Dauphin heading into the final quarter of our ball game. Begin the fourth period now. The Beavers in a punting situation, so they send back their punter. UD will drop back Savage and Tiger Motter. Here's the kick. It's going to come down here where there's a lot of UDA Trojan players around it, but they're going to allow it to roll dead. And it goes all the way down to around the 5 or 6 yard line. Nice punt that time by that young Beaver. And there is a penalty flag on the play, and it may be against Lebanon Catholic. Holding is the call against the Beavers, so they're going to re-kick this one. And bring it back 10 or 15, I guess you do.
We'll bring the ball back hard off.
And we'll try it again.
Play it all over.
They're going to punt this one from the 40-yard line. Will be the line of scrimmage. The punter will step up to about the 30-yard line when he gets this one off. Low snap, but he handled it well. Takes his time, punts it away from there. The ball's going to come down here to about the 30, then takes a UD roll in this case, and it's going to be down. Let's see who's got the ball. At the 40-yard line, it could be recovered. Yeah, it is. UD touched it. You could see this happening out here as there was a crowd around there, and Upper Dauphin touched it and then allowed which made it a free ball, and allowed the Beavers of Lebanon Catholic to pick it up. So it's 1st and 10 now as the Trojans do a miscue there. That's unintentional, but unnecessary also. And it'll be 1st and 10 as the Trojans, who might have thought they were going to get the ball back on offense, now see their defensive squad back out on the field here now as the Beavers put in play 1st and 10 from the UDA 40. A revolting turn of events. 30 dives into the line, gets maybe a yard or so. I think he's got the Trojans mad now, so look out. Big stop in there made by several of these guys. Big Dundee trying to get off the bottom of the pile there. Whole lot of tonnage in on that one. And no gain on that play. Maybe half a yard. 2nd and 10, we'll call it. On a 2nd and 10 now. QB looking them over. QB wants to throw. Over the middle, he sinks this one's intercepted. Picking it off out, here comes Laudenschläger. Laudenschläger tucked that ball away there. Sean had a boy. Brings it back to the 40-yard line of UDA. Way to go, Laudenschläger. Sean making a nice run back after he made that catch. And that gives the ball right back to the Trojans now at the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10 up at Dauphin. Got 10 minutes, 27 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Trojans have not scored here in the second half. They took a 21-0 lead into halftime. And for the most part have not really threatened here in the second half. So let's see if we can get something going here now. Shell will be the wideout on the near side of the field. And Smith, I believe, on the top of your picture. Quarterback wants to pass. This is Buffington. He's looking, dumping one down the right side. Man out there. It is complete. Great catch made by Szymanski. Makes a great turn back inside, and Jared's going to be tackled at the 10. What a fine pass and a fine catch by Jeremiah Szymanski. This looks like practice sometimes because Jared just floats right under there and grabs a hold of that football and then made a nice deke out there as he allowed one of the Beavers to zip on by him and then just kept on going all the way down to the 10-yard line. Great job by Jared Szymanski, and another fine pass laid out there by that Jim Buffington. That senior quarterback showing all the skills that he does possess, and he's a good one. I mislabeled the marker, though. It's the 15-yard line. I beg your pardon. 15-yard line, 1st and 10 from the 15. Up the middle with it goes Slaughter, and Tony the Tiger running for dear life out there. Didn't get much out of that, but ran about 30 yards. Look out, he might have pulled something out here. We have an official timeout. They have picked up a Charlie horse that looks like he's grabbing his I think maybe pulled a muscle maybe in the calf that time, and that can hurt. Well, anyway, loss of a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11 from the 16-yard line. Jim Savage in there at the running back position now for UDA. He'll line up behind Nick Huffman. And it'll be Savage with the ball, and he's tripped up as he gets to the 15-yard line. Not too much on that, maybe a yard or so. 3rd down coming up. Okay, we got a 3rd down 10 play from the 15-yard line. Pass play, firing down the middle, incomplete. Intended out there for number 16, Hunter, but George was not within 4 yards of that play. And so it'll bring up a 4th down. So Savage will come out of the ball game as back in there comes that Tony the Tiger Motter for UD. 4th and 10 from the 15. So the Trojans, if they want to keep this one going, either have to get into the end zone or get something going close to the end zone. Bauer checking back in there to replace Smith for UDA. Number 26, Matt Bauer. And we'll see what we can do with this one now. This will be a big play. 4th down and 10 from the 15. Again, a pass play. Little flare out here for Tony Motter. Tony's got it. Tries to cut it upfield. Spins away from one would-be tackler. Spins away from another and dives to the 6-yard line, which is going to be just a little bit short, but a fine, fine effort again by that Tony Motter. Oh, Tony's mad at himself that he couldn't get another yard out of that one. Would have got us a 1st down, but good effort there by that Tony the Tiger. And it is 1st and 10 for the Beavers at the 6-yard line of Lebanon Catholic. So the Trojan defense will dig it in here again now. And yeah, the Trojans gave it a whirl that time and got so close, but came up about a yard short. 8 minutes and 31 seconds left here in the ball game. Trojans looking to pick up their first victory of the 98 season. There will be many more, we think. Quarterback's throwing. Firing one down the side over here. Incomplete. Pass intended for number 32 out here, but good coverage out there by several Trojans, including Smith. And bring up a 2nd and 10. 2nd down and 10 now for the Beavers. Quarterback pitches it back to that 30. He's going to try the left side over there. Now he's going to try to cut it back, and he's going to run into trouble as there's a couple of Trojans converge on him over there, including Brandel and a couple other young fellas. Pick them up here in a moment. My spotter has left me momentarily.
Robbie Bueller in there on.
Bueller, that's one. That's the guy I'm trying to think of, I guess.
Need him about 4.
Picked up several yards. It'll make it 3rd down and 5 now. Ball out around the 10 or 11 yard line. A little hard to tell from here. QB looks like he wants to throw. Over the middle. It's complete to 32 for a 1st down and then some, as he'll drag it out to the 20 yard line before Bauer and Hunter can converge on him. Nice pass and a nice play to get it to the 21 or 2 yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. Out of 7.5 minutes remaining here in the ball game. From the 21 or 21.5 yard line, something like that, Beavers put it in play. Quarterback's handed to 30. 30, the good hole. Over the right side he goes and gets tripped up finally out here as he runs into Hunter. Faust also in there helping to finish him off, but George Hunter making the initial hit. A gain of 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Okay, on a 2nd down play now. Passing again. Looking over the side. He throws it. It is complete this time and tackled immediately over there by number 22, Laudenschlager. Is that number 1, Otto.
Otto for the 1st down.
Laudenschlager with a good stop, but not until he got a 1st down out of it. Out to the 34 yard line. 1st and 10 Beavers from their own 34. 6.5 minutes left in the ball game.
8-6-1.
Well, he'll draw a crowd right at about the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard or so on that, no more. That's that big fullback.
That number 962.
And he is stopped in there eventually by everybody, including Nick Huffman, who will get up off the pile last.
I finally won
and
something.
It's
it took me 12 years.
A gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8.
The young fella, and he will take you down there.
What's your name?
There we go. On a 2nd down. Nope, nothing doing on that either. Or 3rd down, was it?
Winner for the blanket. Sue Hills of Elizabethville wins the blanket.
3rd down coming up at about 6. The UDA 37 yard line, or rather the Lebanon Catholic 37 yard line. 3rd down and about 6, a long 6. QB wants to throw once again. He'll dump a little screen over here. A nice pass over here at 30. 30 at the 50-yard line. He's at the 45, and then he lost the football. It's going to be picked up by Tony Motter. Tony Motter's going to carry it down the side. He's got a man to beat. Tony Motter may take this in all the way. He does. Picks up the fumble and goes all the way. So how about that one? Tony the Tiger really putting on a show this evening. Picks it up and comes back about 56 yards for the first down, for the touchdown. There's a flag out here. Can you believe it? There's a flag laying down here against the offense. So the offense picks up the penalty, which was the Beavers, and so Tony Motter gets his 2nd or so touchdown of the night. I'm not sure. But at any rate, another good effort there by Tony the Tiger. I'll tell you, where is he? There he is. Way to go, Tony. Alertly picking up the football and running it back there. He had some interference running with him then as the Trojans picked up the play and really sprung Tony all the way back for 6. 27-0. 4:40 left here in the ball game as, again, Jim Buffington will try to kick an extra point out of the hold of Faust. And here is that attempt. High snap with the kick. Placement's down. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Yes, sir. Very good. A nice kick again by that Jim Buffington. And we've got a 28-0 lead here in this ball game. We can put this one in the bag now. I think we got this one wrapped up. Minutes, 40 seconds is all that remains in the ball game. 28-0 UDA.
We now have a winning.
It's up to Nick Huffman and see if we can get a toe into this one now. Here it comes. There it goes. Over the side it's going to go. Picked up over there by number 34. And he'll be picked up by any number of Trojans as he drives it out to around the 34-yard line. Maybe the 35-yard line.
Gets it back across the 35.
Good job out there by the Trojans on that kickoff coverage. And
right on the 35.
We'll be set with a 1st and 10 now from the 35-yard line of the Beavers. Grafe in there, Kyle Grafe making his stop over there on that kickoff. Quarterback wants to throw it over the middle. He dumps it, tipped up in the air and incomplete. Intended for number 32 out there. Kind of thrown maybe a little bit behind him that time, and it drops as an incompletion. Big Dundee lumbering off the field, as well as Nick Huffman. Both these guys, all these guys have played very well tonight. Played a pretty intelligent ball game, except for some of the penalties that would come in the early going, and otherwise played a pretty smart ball game. Looked like the kids are really very well coached and know what the heck they're doing out there this time around. Timeout called by UDA, I believe it was. We've got 4 minutes, 29 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Trojans up 28-0. We'll be right back. Okay, here we go on a 1st and 10. Quarterback hands this one to 30, and he'll dive it ahead for a couple of yards. That was a second down play. Brings up a 3rd and 7.
Brought down by Savage.
3rd and 7 from the 38-yard line now. As the time winds down here in the old ballpark, it's 3 minutes, 55 seconds left in this one. Quarterback throwing again, firing one over this way to number 2. Number 2 has the football, and let's see who has number 2. He was tackled in there by that Brian Faust, coming up and making a good defensive play on that one. Brian, that linebacker over here, coming up and making a good stop. Brian is also the reserve quarterback on the ball club, I do believe.
Down and about 5 yards to go.
Brian, good ball player, good athlete. And we're looking at a 4th down and about 5. And they will go for it on this 4th and 5 play. They have nothing to lose. Quarterback wants to throw. Fires one down the side over here. Incomplete. And we're going to have a flag on the play, as I think he got tripped up over there by Jeremiah by 22 of UD, Lautenschlager. That was it. Yeah, he got sort of tangled up in there, as Dave Shell points out to him. Yeah, he got tripped up, and that's going to be an interference call on UD. They'll bring the ball down to the Upper Dauphin 44-yard line, where it'll put it in play 1st and 10. With 3 minutes, 9 seconds left here in the ball game. Staying pretty much in front of us again. Can't wait till we get the real booth here at the ballpark. Pitch back over this way for that 30 guy. He'll try to turn it upfield, and he gets a yard maybe to the 43-yard line.
Coyle, the ball carrier, brought down by
That's that Coyle. And for a ball club who has not shown a heck of a lot tonight, this young number 30 Coyle here for Lebanon Catholic has been pretty hot, along with number 99, their big fullback out there. Number 1, that Otto guy, has been very active on the offense. So there's some good things showing up here, I guess, for the Beavers as well. Trojans certainly have looked very well all night long. 2 minutes and a half, 2.5 minutes left here in the contest. 2nd down, a long 9. Passing, looking, firing one down over here. It's going to be incomplete. Otto, the intended receiver, Ball well overthrown. No one could chase that one down.
Turner's pass is incomplete.
We had
Headed for Otto.
Laudenschlager, Shell, and Smith out there all converging on him that time, but the ball was thrown where no one could get it. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 9. After a, let's see, we have an injury timeout here. Yeah, number 12, a QB for the Beavers, got shaken up on that play. A official had him go out of the ball game. He's limping pretty much. So we have a new QB in there for the Beavers. Looks like it'll be number 30, taking over the quarterbacking duties for Lebanon Catholic. He wants to throw it over the middle. He dumps it complete. Number 32's got it. Skips ahead for some good yardage, taking it inside the 35-yard line to about the 34, where he's tackled in there by number 38 and Faust. Greg Minnick, number 38, was the other young fellow in there helping to make the stop on that last play. There was a hold penalty called on the play. There was a flag on that last play. That's going to back the ball up to the 44-yard line. Will be 3rd down and about 20 from the 45. 3rd down and about 22. QB 12 is back into the ball game. Fires one down here intended for Otto, but off his fingertips. And I'll bring up a 4th down play now. Clock stopped with 1 minute 46 seconds remaining here, so the Trojans will go 1-0 on the new season. And we'll look forward to playing those vicious Vikings up at Williams Valley next Friday night, when they'll get it on up there in Williamstown, and that's always a battle. And Trojans looking to make it 2-0 at the expense of those Vikes next week. But you never know. So we'll have to concentrate, play them one at a time. Quarterback is hit, the ball is loose, and it's going to be picked up here as a fumble occurs. He was not throwing the ball forward, and so it's going to be UDA ball. So the Trojans will have another opportunity here as Drew Hunter picked that one up at the 31-yard line of the Beavers. That'll be 1st and 10. We will have a minute and 39 seconds to work with it. So let's see what we do with this one now, as they'll call the signals out here. Buffington's still in at the quarterback, I think. Yep, Jimbo's still in there. So we've got a 1st down play for UDA, minute 39 remaining here in the ball game. He'd like to throw one. Looking for a screen. Yep, dumps it off. Oh, it was intended for Savage, but Jim lost his footing out there. He couldn't have caught it anyway, I believe, but kind of lost the footing on the turf out there, rather, and falls as an incompletion. It'll be 2nd and 10. 1:32. The clock has stopped with the incompletion, so a minute 32 remaining here in the ball game. Trojan like to try a new play. Here it is, pass. It is going to be incomplete as receivers out here kind of got tangled up. It was Josh Smith as well as Hunter in the area, but they may have gotten a little confused or whatever, because the pass was out in the general area, but not really either a well-run pattern or a well-thrown pass. It's a little hard to tell with that one. Bauer bringing in the play for Jim Savage as Smith checks out of the ball game for UDA. That stopped the clock also with a minute 27 left here. So the Trojans looking at a 3rd down and 10 play here now, and they'd like to go to the air again probably as they try the passing game just to see what's happening here. Nice pass thrown behind him. Intended for Tony Motter, but Tony was cutting to the outside. Jim threw the pass to the inside. So
pass again incomplete.
Not a real good play, and they'll bring up a 4th down and 10 now for UDA. Okay, a 4th down play coming up here now. The Trojans will set it up in their standard formation with Motter at the running back spot. Here comes Tony Motter. Tony Motter's going to break it upfield. Tony Motter down to the 5. Tony, touchdown. Tony Motter on the draw. Quick play out there to Tony. And Boy, that was nice. The UDA putting on 6 more, making it now a 34-0 ball game. Heck of a nice play and a nice run again by that Tony the T-Modder. All right. Extra point try coming up now. Trojans have been perfect tonight on the extra point tries, 4 for 4. They're going to see if we can make it 5 for 5. Again, Faust will hold, Buffington will kick. Good snap, placement stop. Kick is up. Kick is no good this time. Well, we went 4 for 5 on the extra point tries anyway. And the score now is 34-0. And we've got a few seconds to play here yet in this ball game. And the Trojans will wrap up this first. 1:11 remaining here in the ball game. 34-0 is the score. And we're enjoying this one from UDA, from Upper Dauphin. Okay, once again, it is Nick Huffman with the ball teed up here. Final kick of the evening, one would think. It's going to be short, taken out here at about the 15 or 20. Here comes that 30 guy. He's being pursued over here by number 1. And he's going to be bounced out of bounds as coming over to meet him is Landschlager along with Tucker.
2-yard line by John Landschlager.
All right. First and 10. Beavers. First and 10 now for the Beavers of Lebanon Catholic. On a draw, number 30's got it. Got some good running room. Up the middle he goes, out across the 40 to the 43-yard line.
Joe Coyle, the ball carrier.
Coyle on the run again. Nice run by that number 30.
Brought down by Tim Savage.
And we have a flag on the play. The flag, I think, is against UD.
The 43-yard line.
And they're going to tack on some more yardage to this one. And back up the Trojans.
Now being marked off against the Trojans. We'll take the ball down.
Holy smokes, where's he going with it? Down to the 43-yard line of Upper Dauphin. First down, Lebanon Catholic. I didn't even see what the call was. Not sure what the call was. At any rate, it's first and 10 Lebanon Catholic on the UD 43-yard line with 43 seconds left, and the clock is moving now. Down to 40 seconds and so forth. Handoff is that big 99, and he'll get 1 yard out of that. Lebanon Catholic has 2 timeouts remaining. Both squads have 2 timeouts remaining. But they're letting it run down now with 24 seconds remaining, and I think they may be content to just let it go at that now, as they will not call timeout, and they're going to let the clock count it down. So we congratulate Coach Ayers and all these guys on a fine opening season victory here tonight over these Lebanon Catholic Beavers who came to play, and just the Trojans just overpowered them from the very get-go. So congratulations and good night. The final score here as the buzzer goes is UDA 34 and the Lebanon Catholic Beavers 0. So a shutout here to begin the season. Good defensive ball game for the Trojans. Good offensive ball game. Some good aerial stuff tonight for UDA. It saw the combination of Buffington and many of the receivers out there contributing to tonight's ball game. So Trojans have an air attack. They have a great ground attack there with the likes of that Tony the Tiger Motter, among others. So both of them, all of them, doing a fine job tonight and bringing home a nice victory here to open things up for the 98 season. So we'll catch you next week. It'll be maybe a little bit different kind of a ball game next week up there against those Williams Valley Vikings. We hope that the Trojans can continue their dominance, and we'll find out in a week. See you then.